Hey everybody, Dan here, just doing a quick hit idea I had. There's been a lot of talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and we really can't speculate too much what's going on in it because we still haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, which will change. Next week, we're going to get Spider-Man No Way Home, and that should probably set the movie up better. We're going to get Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange in the movie. We're going to have answers about the multiverse and all this stuff. At least we should. But there's a rumor that came out, and I want to talk about that, having to do with Multiverse of Madness. And the initial rumor, and it came out back in August, was that a lot of the insiders are saying that there's a certain point Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, will be fighting a returning X-Men or Fantastic Four member. So somebody from the Fox series of movies will appear in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and will have a fight with the Scarlet Witch, with Wanda. Now, I think that I've always taken that with a grain of salt because you look at all the actors who are the Fox characters and they've been around a pretty long time. You know, they've got a kind of a history and a track record. And, you know, if you bring in somebody like Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart, you're basically starting off the X-Men in the MCU with these older actors where you think they would want to go a little bit younger. Now, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I love Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and I wouldn't mind seeing them. But I think just from a Marvel Studios point of view, they're going to want to do a younger set of actors and start it that way. Then you can look at the group that they started using in the later movies with like Phoenix and a new Cyclops and all those new characters, the younger actors again. But those didn't do well, so you really want to touch onto those. So I was thinking about this. You know, will she take on Magneto? Will she take on, you know, different things like that? And it kind of went to the back of my mind. I didn't really think about it again. But something has popped up recently that I noticed. I play a lot of the iOS versions of Marvel games and DC games and stuff. I'm playing Marvel Future Revolution. I'm playing Marvel Strike Force, Contest of Champions, those kind of games. And right now, two of the games, their big thing coming up is the introduction of a specific character. There's a character that they're really pushing right now, and it's the character of Magic, Ilyana Rasputin. Now, the reason that clicked in my brain is she would be an interesting character to put up against Scarlet Witch. Her power levels would make sense, and it would make for an interesting scene. And then you go and you look at the film that the last film Fox made in the X-Men franchise was New Mutants by Josh Boone. And Disney got it and still put it out. So, and it introduced characters like Ilyana Rasputin, Rain Sinclair, Sam Guthrie, Danny Moonstar, Roberto DaCosta, with these very young actors. So there's a possibility they might want to keep some of those characters. Now, the film didn't do great. It was low budget, but some people really liked it. And when you think of who played Ilyana Rasputin, it's Anna Taylor-Joy, who's this huge actress right now. And she is, you know, after The Queen's Gambit and all this other stuff she's been doing, you think that maybe they'd want to hang on to her, you know, keep her in the MCU. And most of these films probably had a multi-picture deal. So that's my thought is, you know, instead of bringing back one of these other X-Men characters that they're talking about, Ilyana counts as an X-Men character, counts as part of the franchise, and she has appeared. So she would be being brought back. So if the rumor is true that they're talking about, that Scarlet Witch is going to play again, or he's going to fight against an X-Men or a Fantastic Four member. It doesn't make sense to bring any of the Fantastic Four in because none of those movies really hit. So if you're looking at an X-Men, Anna Taylor-Joy as Ileana Rasputin makes a boatload of sense. And then you see that these two video games are pushing the character as well. Why would they both be pushing it right now? It's not like there's anything specific. Normally they do things to tie into movies. You get, there's the Eternals. When that came out, all the games suddenly had Eternal characters that you could get, So the fact that two of them are on the verge of putting the magic out, and they were supposed to, the movie was supposed to come out in March. Now it's being postponed till May, but still, the timing wise, it kind of feels like maybe that's the thing. So that's my thought. I wanted to share that. I wanted to get this out there before too much longer, before some other people start thinking the possibility. I do think it's a good possibility. I like the idea. So again, if the rumor that came out back in August that Scarlet Witch was going to end up fighting a X-Men character, if that is true, then I think we need to think past Magneto and Professor Xavier and look at possibly being magic, being Ileana Rasputin, being Anna Taylor-Joy. So just giving my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think. Post in the comment section. Do you think I'm off? Do you think it's a possibility? And do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe buttons, those things. They really help me out. So hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.